So when you wrote this book with Dr. Sharma,
Yeah.
he's 78 and you are 9. How do you feel it?
I feel like I have a friend with me writing a book. I love magical things.
So this book, Whispers of Wonder. If you want to describe this book in one sentence,
Yeah.
what it could be?
It is a series of magical creatures.
Can you tell me something, Zara, about your school and your teachers?
Yeah. My school's name is.
So I think there is no age for
The age never matters.
age never matters, right? And that also you proved through the book. You are 9 and your co-author is 78. For him also age doesn't matter, for you also. So every time when you write, you can stay away from mobile phone and gadgets. There are so many young children, they are always constantly on mobile phone. What do you want to say to them?
I just want to say they can except of the gadgets, they can spend time with the nature, hear the birds chirping, feel the breeze, and read storybooks.
So tell me, Zara, uh, what exactly inspired you to read literature and write?
Um, like I love all the talkative animals and imaginative things. So I love to explore the nature and imaginate new things.
So can you share something about your book, Zara?
Whisper of Wonder is a collection of dreamy things and imaginative things. So Whispers of Wonder is basically an imaginative storybook.
Okay. And how did it all started?
Just started like I always wanted to write storybooks because I was inspired by Sudha Murthy.
How you were interacting when you were conceptualizing book? You were sharing your ideas to him and he was giving
giving me like I'm not so good at the literature words, so he was writing difficult words and he was framing the sentences and I was giving ideas to him.
And can you share any of the story from the book, like wherever
Yeah.
where I also could get the idea, because I have not read your book so far. So can you just give me some idea?
My favorite part is the third part.
Okay. So when you wrote this book with Dr. Sharma,
Yeah.
he's 78 and you are 9. How do you feel it?
I feel like I have a friend with me writing a book, and I love magical things. So it's a magical book, and I feel proud on myself, and I feel like I have a companion or friend with me.
Wow, that's amazing. So this book, Whispers of Wonder. If you want to describe this book in one sentence,
Yeah.
what it could be?
It is a series of magical creatures, and all the things are magical in this book.
Okay.
So that's why its name is Whispers of Wonder.
Okay. So it takes you to a wonderland.
Yeah.
It gives you lots of imagination.
Yeah.
Okay. And can you tell me something, Zara, about your school and your teachers?
Yeah. My school's name is Radmata Krishna Kumari Girls Public School, and I'm in 4th grade. And my favorite teachers are Divya ma'am, Madhvi ma'am, Lata ma'am, and Kishangi ma'am.
Okay.
They help me with every step. If I do something wrong, they correct me. And because of all the teachers, I am here. They always helped me if I did something wrong.
So they are always there to guide you, correct you,
Yeah.
and also inspire you. That's great. If I ask you that sometimes children feel that they're too young to write a book.
Yeah.
You are 9 and this is your second book. What message do you have for them?
I have a message that even if they think they are young, they can just explore the nature, read storybooks. Then, if they think they are young, then when they grow up, they can write some ideas. They can just write some ideas, and when they grow up, they can create those ideas into stories.
Right. So I think there is no age for
The age never matters.
age never matters, right? And that also you proved through the book. You are 9 and your co-author is 78. For him also age doesn't matter, for you also. And anyone who wants to write, there is no age bar.
Yeah.
It is just explore. That's amazing. I want to ask you one more thing, Zara, that when, like, this entire book got, ready, what was your inside of you? What was your feel?
I was like, wow, yay! The book is ready. Now I'll have my own storybook. Like my library, my friend said my library sir that she's writing a book. So my library sir is also very excited for the book. I am like, wow! Now my book will be in my school library. Everybody will read that book.
That's amazing. And when you think of, like, exploring this stories and all, what did you really learn other than what you had in your head earlier?
I learned that anything can be wrote into words. But the thing is, you need to think and explore time. Like I explore time with the nature, with my dog. I always played with them, and like read more storybooks.
So every time when you write, you can stay away from mobile phone and gadgets. There are so many young children, they are always constantly on mobile phone. What do you want to say to them?
I just want to say they can, except of the gadgets, they can spend time with the nature, hear the birds chirping, feel the breeze, and read storybooks. Once if they start reading the storybook, they'll catch it and they'll read it every day.
Absolutely. And you can stay away from mobile
Yeah,
phones. You also can spend more time with your own self. And you can explore more imagination rather than just, scrolling reels and,
yeah,
you know, wasting time of something unwanted. And explore your own creativity.
yes.
That's a message. Okay, and Zara, one more thing I wanted to know as you said many things about your teacher, your bonding with your teachers, your, feel for your school. What exactly you want to say about your school experiences and your teachers' experiences with your journey?
And like every teacher helps me to move a step forward. Even if it's a math teacher, Hindi teacher, Divya ma'am or Lata ma'am, they always help me move one step forward. If we make mistakes, they correct us. They may scold us, but that scolding can lead us to big steps.
Have you not felt sometimes on the inside of you, like, feeling agitated or uncomfortable when someone scolds you? How do you feel it? And how
I
do you react to the scolding?
I am like I must have did something wrong if the elder scolds us. The elder can't just scold us like if we did not did anything wrong. If we do something wrong, they may scold us. But then I think now, then I'll not do that thing again. I'll try to correct my mistake.
That's amazing. Do you want to share anything about your friends?
Yeah, like I have many friends, but my best friend is Hemangini,
Okay.
and we spend time together. And wherever I go, I just meet my friend there, and I'm very happy. I play with them, and I love my friend.
That's amazing. Author of second book.
Yes.
So tell me, Zara, uh, what exactly inspired you to read literature and write?
Um, like I love all the talkative animals and imaginative things. So I love to explore the nature and imaginate new things. So I thought, let's just write our imagination, tell it to everyone.
So when you were a child, you were also dreaming, like in seeing animals, talking. Did you have such kind of dreams?
Yeah, I always wanted a pony or a dog to talk to me.
Pony or dog to talk to you?
Yeah,
Okay.
because ponies are very cute. They play with children, and dogs. We love dogs. We already have 2 dogs,
Wow.
so I love those, and I always wanted them to talk to me.
You speak to them, to your dogs also?
Yeah, I tried to, but they never respond.
I think they understand.
They do understand, but they can't talk.
They can't talk, but whatever gestures they show us, they actually make us feel that they're understanding what we say
Yeah,
and behave and do the way we want them to do it, right?
yeah.
And make us feel that we are just, understanding each other. So that was your, like, the animal talking and all. Did you all cover in the book also?
Yeah.
Can you share something about the book, like, Whispers of Wonder, where I think there are 12
Yeah.
tales, right? So can you share something about your book, Zara?
Whisper of Wonder, like, is a collection of dreamy things and imaginative things.
Okay.
Yeah, it has many imaginative parts in it. Every part has an imaginative sentence or a paragraph in it. So, Whispers of Wonder is basically an imaginative storybook.
Okay. And how did it all started?
It all,
Conceptualizing this book
yeah,
and, putting his imagination on paper.
yeah. Just had it like I always wanted to write storybooks because I was inspired by Sudha Murthy.
Okay.
First of all, Dr. Sharma,
Okay.
then Arun Sharma, then after Sudha Murthy, and then Ruskin Bond. So I always wanted to be like them.
Okay.
So I thought about it, and then I thought, why not create our thoughts into storybooks? So I started writing those.
Okay. So how influence, like, this Sudha Murthy, Ruskin Bond, and as you said, Dr. Sharma. So what was, like, how you were interacting when you were conceptualizing book? You were
Um,
sharing your ideas to him and he was
he
giving you,
was
yeah.
giving me, like, I'm not so good at the literature words, so
Okay.
he was writing difficult words, and he was framing the sentences, and I was giving ideas to him.
Okay.
Whatever to write and do. I always read storybooks. I was inspired by the storybooks basically. Then I told him about the ideas I have. Then he started to write those ideas.
Okay.
Then the book was finally decided. Then I was like, wow, what a storybook, and it was like very nice.
Okay. I think it is your lifelong,
Yeah.
feel with you that what idea you had, it is just on the paper and the book is out now.
Yeah.
We have the actual, book published by a 9-year-old Zara. How do you feel?
I feel very confident,
Okay.
and I do like, oh wow, I'm so small and I wrote storybooks. So when I grow up, I can also write many storybooks like Dr. Sharma and Sudha Murthy, Ruskin Bond.
Okay. And can you share any of the story from the book, like, wherever,
Yeah.
where I also could get the idea because I have not read your book so far. So can you just give me some
My
idea?
favorite part is the third part,
Okay.
the Cloud Painter.
That's the name of the story, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Cloud Painter. So what happens? A girl, Zora, was chasing a butterfly.
Okay.
Then she saw a rainbow ladder. She started climbing those up. Then she saw many clouds together.
Okay.
Then she was like, let's go on the clouds.
Okay.
Then she saw a man painting those clouds. He was the cloud painter.
Okay.
He made the clouds. He said, oh, hello, little one. I'm the cloud painter. I paint all the clouds. Then like he told that wow, this is the clouds, and she Zora was like, wow, all the clouds are being painted, I also want to try it. Then the cloud painter said, yeah, you can also try it, but Zora was afraid that if she made a mistake, then the clouds would get dirty. Then he said, no matter if you make a mistakes, everybody make mistakes. When I was small, I also made mistakes. Then she started coloring the clouds. She made a mistake, but then clown painter said that, oh, it's okay, we have a lot many more clouds, we can paint on them also. This is not only the cloud we have. Yeah, that happened, and then Zora was like, oh no, what did I do? And then after that, Zora like just she was frightened. Then she went, but then when she saw her bag, the cloud painter already gifted her the paintbrush with which she painted the clouds with. And it was like she was like, oh wow, I'll keep this paintbrush, and this happens in the story. That was my favorite story.
That's amazing. I think this has a lesson too, right?
Yeah,
So that you should not be afraid of.
yeah. Everybody makes mistake.
Yeah,
Nobody is perfect.
yeah. And one should always keep trying. Do not hesitate to initiate if you
Yeah.
feel like to do something.
Yeah,
Wow, that's amazing. It's a very beautiful lesson also, and I would say that Zora also learned, and many more people will learn also through this, that keep doing what you imagine and feel,
yeah,
because life, we have only one life,
yeah,
and if we just miss on something, we might regret tomorrow. Instead of that, try, right?
yeah.
So I think, have you heard a life of Albert Einstein or
Yeah,
any
Albert
such thought?
Yeah, Albert Einstein. He was like great at mathematics and science.
Yeah,
I was also inspired by Albert Einstein. Everybody said he was the most powerful man. He always knew all the answer you would ask him. I was also inspired by him as well.
yeah. I think Albert Einstein also said that uh, things will take you A to Z. Like, logic
Yeah.
will take you,
Logic will take you A to Z
yes, but imagination will take you anywhere.
anywhere.
I think that's a message of your story too.
Yeah,
That if you imagine, it will happen. Albert Einstein was also great imaginative persona, and if he would have not imagined, we would have missed so many inventions.
yeah,
That's amazing. So Zara, when you started writing and all, reading some books, and as you said that animal talking you enjoyed, you would, if you get a chance, you want animal to talk.
yeah.
So, like, can you share a one little conversation if you have in your head, that what kind of conversation you can have, and with which animal?
With I would have a conversation with a pony.
Pony only, right?
Yeah, pony or a dog. Maybe the dog.
Yeah,
Yeah, I will have one with a puppy. Yeah, so the puppy, if I was say how the life going, then he said, it's very nice living with animals, with living with the other animals on the road, and some of my friends are also even the pets. They are having a better time. They get food and everything. But the animals who live on the street, I don't know why people kill them, or people drive the car so fast. And then I'll probably say, oh yeah, I'll try to tell the people not to do that and feed you every day. But then he said, yeah, there are some kind people who feed us on the street. They are very kind. They feed us every day.
yeah,
Then I said, yeah, I'll also do that from now on.
that's true. And as you said that, yes, people sometimes forget coexistence,
Yeah,
and they do not take care of street animals and all.
yeah.
That's a wonderful message from you, that we should be in coexistence and help the animals also. Okay, so I have one question in my head. Uh, I would say that if someone wants to write or someone wants to create something, people do get afraid.
Yeah.
So, what message do you have for them?
I have a message that whatever you want to do in the life, do that thing. Dream big, and go in the garden, explore the garden. Then if you like, then do that thing. If you want to write something, then don't be afraid. If you write something wrong, your parents or your teacher will definitely help you.
Yeah,
But dream big and write storybooks. Never be afraid. I always read storybooks. From the storybooks also I get the idea. So I also have a message that read many storybooks, explore the garden.
Wow, that's amazing. And what message do you have for the parents? Because sometimes, parents scold so much to their kids. Do you have some messages for them also?
Yeah, I have that. If the child makes mistakes, then do scold the child. But if the child makes mistakes again and again, then you need to tell the child not to do that. Or
You can
if
correct them.
yeah,
Yeah. But not to scold up to a level that they forget
yeah,
creativity.
that they forget what they want to do, and they get frightened and not do that thing.
I don't want to ask you a question that what do you want to become when you become big and
Yeah,
when you grow up. I don't want to ask this question because I feel that as you rightly said that if we keep dreaming and dreaming big,
yeah.
everything will fall in place. I want to ask you that other than Ruskin Bond and Sudha Murthy and Dr. Sharma, who else do you look up to when you think of your life, and can you explain about
I
your
actually just want to be a good human being.
wow?
I don't dream so big that we'll be a doctor. If we be, that's nice. If we don't be, it's fine. We can move up. We can write a story. Like we can write more stories and become great like Sudhamurti and all. And I'm also inspired by Albert Einstein and the ones who created things.
Okay. Can you share about your grandparents or
Yeah,
mummy, papa? I'm just curious because you
yeah,
sounds like you are trying to say that everyone doesn't need to be a doctor. Be what you want to be,
yeah.
and that comes from the family. So who inspires you in your family?
My grandfather.
Okay.
Like, I love my grandfather. I played games with him and did everything we could do together. And like, he was a nice person. Whenever I went, I said, "My mama, everybody knew me." I said, "Mama, how do they knew me? I don't know." Then my mother always said, know you because of your grandfather."
Yes.
And mama, I said, "What did my grandfather do? I'll also do that." Then Mama said that he was just a nice human being. He always did nice things for people. He helped people. That's why you're like everybody knows your grandfather and your family.
I think that's what it's an amazing message that good deed absolutely stays with people's heart.
Yeah,
People remember you for a long time, and that's what your grandfather did.
yeah,
And because of that thing, people, when they talk to you, they relate with you, with your grandfather, right? Amazing. And I want to ask you one single thing that what advice do you want to give it to the adults today? Life is very stressful,
yeah,
life is very chaotic, and when we are with children like you, we get to time with you, we really feel relaxed. I'm feeling very relaxed today with you. It's because of your aura, your persona, and your conversation which you are doing with me. I'm so grateful to you talking with me. But I want to ask you that what advice do you have for the adults?
I have an advice that I hope they had a good life and they can now also become great if they were not great and they thought I'm not great. They can now also become great like Arun Sharma. He's already 78 years old but he writes stories and now also he is like his own personality.
Absolutely.
So they can now also dream big and like do simple tasks like help people, be kinder and write storybooks.
Okay, so I heard that you did some amazing, achievements in chess also.
Yeah, chess
So,
and squash.
so can you just chess and course? But let me just share. Like I want to ask, no, one by one. Tell me something about your
Yeah,
chess achievement first.
yeah, chess. I won many medals and certificate in chess because I'm playing chess like for 1 year.
Okay,
Yeah, 1 year or 2 years. And Manoj sir is the teacher who teaches me. I go to Alma Mater every Saturday and Sunday with my sister. And I always participate in the competition. Even if I lose or win, I'm like very happy. Like wow, I competed. and I won like from him. He plays nice squash via computer, and same with squash. This last time squash, my house came third, but I did won a trophy because my house came third. But this time I worked hard. I thought that this time I want to be the best player trophy we can take home, and this time I want to be. Then I practiced hard and hard. I got the best player trophy. Individuals I won, and my house came first as well.
Wow, that's amazing. And it's such a teamwork, It's a proud moment for everyone.
Yeah,
When someone wins, the entire team wins. It's such a great joy. Okay, and who is your favorite teacher?
Divya ma'am.
Divya ma'am. Why?
Because like I was with her the last class
So
in
it was
third.
your class
Yeah.
third teacher.
Yeah, everybody said that she is very scary and she schools a lot. Everyone was not having good reviews. But then when I was in her class, I was also scared. I was with my best friend Himangini that time. So I was like talking to her all the time. Then Deva also was the English teacher. She then time to time she started talking to us like in the annual function practices. She played games with us and it was like wow, we were having fun with the teacher, and I was like wow, Durham is so nice. I really want her to be my to teach me in fourth again, and now she teaches me again in fourth. I have fun with her.
Wow, that's great. So teachers also do carry lots of emotions,
Yeah,
and they build us. They make us a perfect person and give us direction to the life. And I think your bonding with Divya teacher is amazing.
yeah.
Whenever she will see this podcast,
And not only Divya ma'am, Madhvi ma'am as well.
okay, you
She
can add more names.
Madhvi ma'am and Lata ma'am, she is like a nice teacher. Madhvi ma'am was my class teacher in second.
Okay, so such a
Madhvi,
lovely memories with
yeah,
your teachers.
like whenever we did nicely the work, she always gave us chocolates and everything. Like when the session ended as well, she gave like the best students. She made on her own the little trophies from paper only. She made them little medals from paper, and like she gifted us pencil and eraser fancy and all of the stuff. Like she inspired us to do better and better. The children did better, and every children got an award like
Wow,
she made on her own.
that's amazing. So your teachers also, they also
Yeah.
love you the way you remember them and love
And
them.
one more teacher, Lata ma'am. Lata ma'am was my class teacher in prep, and she, like in prep, she did not give me the muffin. Whenever it's anybody's birthday, she gave me the muffin. Okay, then I had a great bonding with her as well, and then she had like everything. Then when I came in first, like I talked to her and she knows me very well, I thought. Then she made her own card just for me,
Wow.
and she gave
Normally
it to
children make
me.
card for
Yeah,
the teachers, but your
yeah,
teacher made card for you.
yeah.
Wow,
She was only the teacher who made it, and like she was the best teacher in prep.
that's amazing.
Not only Lata ma'am, every teacher is nice for me. They work
Absolutely.
hard to teach us.
Okay, and can you share about your traveling journey or maybe some experiences which you had during travel, or you have learned something specific thing?
Yeah, like this time I went to Japan
Okay,
and I learned about like how they respect time.
okay,
Time is the most important thing in Japan. Like even if we want a chocolate, we will be in a 10 to 12 people's queue.
okay,
Then when a chance comes, then only we'll get it. Like popcorn, popcorns also. If even if we wanted in Disneyland, and then we had to wait for 2 hours to 1 hour for the popcorn. Nobody could break the queue and get it.
absolutely. So you have to be on time and respect time. That's
Yeah.
the message. Okay, and any other memory you want to share from your childhood with us?
Like when I was small, I
Your
always
memory with your
yeah
parents, your father,
yeah
mother, anything?
like me, my father, mother always spend it time. We played Ludo. Now also we play Ludo together and games at night.
Okay.
And like I have fun with them.
And your pets.
Yeah.
That's a great time, isn't it?
Right now my dogs are at the farmhouse.
Okay. So you play with them.
Yeah.
When you go there, you spend time
Yeah. I
and you
play
like
with.
animal talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. So, tomorrow is your book launch.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel
Do you feel
very
excited? Do
excited,
you feel
motivated.
nervous?
I feel excited. And like even if I don't know anything, I'll say no, I don't know anything.
That's amazing.
Because even if we tell one word, that's also respectful.
Absolutely.
If someone says something, we should like always be like glad whatever they said.
Very true. I think the message is be yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you do not know, be yourself. Even if you know everything, be yourself. And when we be ourselves, we internally grow, right?
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
I feel like that I need to prepare a lot. You didn't need to prepare anything.
Yeah.
You didn't have to prepare anything because you're ready. And tomorrow is going to be an amazing conversation. I think this is the one practice we had. So when tomorrow there will be an audience, again,
We'll have fun.
we'll have fun and be ourselves.
Yeah.
Right. Let me start with one more question. Let's see. So at 9 years of your age, most children read books, and you wrote one. How do you feel?
I feel like I'm a young author and I wrote storybooks and I'm proud that I wrote it with Arun Sharma, Dr. Arun Sharma, and we wrote it together and today it's being published.
That's amazing. And that gives you lots of confidence also, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, uh, what was it like writing this book with Arun Sharma?
It was like I am writing a book with a 78 years old Dr. Arun Sharma and we are together writing this book. I was like, yeah, I'm writing a book with the author. He's basically an author because he wrote many storybooks.
He's an established author.
Yeah.
And that's lots of learning and a proud moment that you could co-author with him. Amazing. And do you think that stories connect generation?
Yes, story can connect from generation to generation. Like from my grandfather to Dr. Arun Sharma, from Arun Sharma to my father, father to mother, then to me. So generations can connect, and imagination has no limit.
Very true. Absolutely. And let's play a wonderful rapid fire round,
Yeah.
Zara, right? Are you ready?
Yeah,
Excited?
yeah.
Okay. So, magic or science?
Magic,
Okay. Moon or stars?
stars,
Okay. Fairy or wizard?
fairies,
Writing or drawing?
writing,
Okay. Chocolates or ice cream?
chocolates,
Adventure or mystery?
adventure,
Books or cartoon?
books,
Okay. And dreams or reality?
dreams.
That's amazing. So I think your perception towards your whispers of wonder also connects with it. It's all about imagination, it's all about dreams, and we are so glad you could join us and share your thoughts and ideas and lots of joy about your life, your love for animal, your respect for your elders, your your emotions for your teachers, your love for your friends and your school, your activities and your achievements, which is so inspiring.
Yeah,
So many things in a small bundle of 9-year-old Zara. I'm so glad to have you and interact with you. And also, this is something where I think in my heart also I feel and give lots of blessings to your journey and lots of love for your upcoming more and more success, achievements, and happy life.
Yeah,
Wish
thank
you all the
you for
best.
you too
Thank
for
you
being
so
here.
much. Thank you so much for being with us.